back to Divine Rebel. My name is Racey, and I'm going to be giving the messages for you today. This is for Cancer and those with strong or significant Cancerian placements in their charts. All right, for those of you who are new to me and unfamiliar with the channel, please be aware. I have no filter. I do not sugarcoat my messages. I'm a very raw and real reader who is aware that anything can come out of her mouth at any time. So, if that is not your thing, you've got kids around, or you just don't like those kinds of messages, I'm always very respectful of that. I'm giving you the opportunity to sign off now. Now, before I get into the message, all of my new merch will be going into the shop, my new Etsy shop, shortly. Between Venus and Mars and Virgo and Chiron and Uranus going retrograde, the stars just had other priorities for the beginning of my August. So shirts like this, my Seal of the Seven Archangels Divinely Protected shirt, will be in my shop shortly, hopefully by the end of the month, if not definitely by September. Also, for those of you who have been following me for a long time, know that I used to do a monthly group on Facebook called Love Yourself that was twin flames and twin flame energy, right oriented. That group is officially back. Starting September 1st, anybody who signs up for the monthly group Love Yourself will be in a raffle to win my High Feminine Oracle Records book. This book will also be in my Etsy shop so that you can track your readings, right, and your readings for me and the group. Will be in the shop, but for those of you especially who win it in the group, it will be signed by me on the inside cover. You will also get discounts on all of my Twin Flame secret code name readings that you buy while you're a member. So, with that said, Cancer, you were the first to go last month and you're the last to go this month. Spirit's intention, right? The milestone for you, we have the Magician. This is for Cancer and Cancerian energy, right? Cross watcher, remember life is a mirror, take it how it resonates. We have the Magician. You may be dealing with a Gemini or someone with strong Geminian energy. This card with the elephants always reminds me of Lord Ganesh, who is the remover of obstacles. It also reminds me of Goddess Hecate, or Goddess Hecate, right? However you say it, potato, potato, Goddess Hecate. And Goddess Hecate is the goddess of goddesses. She is the goddess of magic, the moon, and the crossroads. Whenever the Magician card comes out from this deck as a milestone, it's about being at a crossroad. It's about removing the obstacles so that you choose the right path, because at the crossroad is either the path of karma or the path of destiny, right? The path of misalignment or the path of alignment. The Ganesh energy on this card, the whole point of this month is to help remove the obstacles that would keep you or prevent you from taking destiny's path and putting yourself essentially back on a karmic path, right? That's what this whole month has been about removing the obstacles in your mind, right? Because the Magician is ruled by Mercury. It's a mercurial card. It's about removing the obstacles in your mind that would keep you from going down a much better path versus a very painfully fated path, right? Because karma is painful. Fated karma is painful. Being in alignment with destiny and the highest good of yourself and all is a much brighter, healthier for the soul type path. So Spirit, the universe, has been focusing on breaking down the mental obstacles that would have you go down the hard path, right? Or the dark path. Spirit, some insight, please, for Cancer. 4 cards, if you would be so kind, to help us understand their August, right? Their energy for August. Cancer and Cancerian energy. What insights would you give us to help understand this Magician milestone. King of Chalices and Temperance. You may be thinking very deeply or feeling very deeply about things said by a Sag with the Temperance card. Maybe one who has strong Piscean energy with that King of Chalices. 7 of Coins. What else, Spirit? Give me one more. You may also have someone who is very emotionally understanding of you in your life while you're alchemating. While you're tempering yourself. Because this Temperance, Alchemist, Sagittarian energy has a vessel of water, and they're pouring the water into a bowl or a dish of some kind, obviously to share, right? So that you can drink from the same love they have come to be in possession of, right? Because water is metaphorically love energy. This Temperance has become the keeper of love and is trying to share some of that with you. I really do feel like Temperance is a person more than an energy. So, I mean, if you are dealing with a Sag or someone with really strong or significant Sag energy, that may be significant. You might even be reflecting, right, on things that were said, like how you feel about what was said. How it got you, how you're going deeper, right? How you're going deeper. The King of Chalices has really deep feelings. He doesn't always understand them all, right? There's a lot of feelings that's kept to the self. We've got the 4 of Swords on the bottom and the Knave of Wands on top. I think you know, Cancer, that there's a certain need to reinvent yourself or re-spark yourself. But I think mentally you need a bit of a break. Mentally you need a bit of a break, and you need some time to step back. Ones, 4s, 5s, and 7s may be significant synchronistic numbers for you. At the end of the day, Cancer, I think you know that you're carrying a certain amount of burden. And that you're putting the responsibility to carry some of it, potentially on children. See, the 7 of Pentacles is not seeing the rewards of your labor. And I'm hearing like labors of love, right? I'm not seeing the 3D manifestation, the rewards of your labor. 7 of Wands energy, tired of defending yourself, tired of Maybe shooting and missing the mark. Again, the Sagittarian energy, right? Because we have a centaur on the card with a bow and arrow. If you're not a Sagittarius and you're cross watching, you might seriously want to check out your Sagittarian energy and what house it rules and what's in there. Because Cancer, it's almost like the King of Chalices at the beginning of the month. He's the only one not looking at Temperance. Temperance is looking straight ahead at me. The King of Chalices is looking away from Temperance, and the other two characters are looking directly at Temperance. Almost like they're longing for the love that Temperance is in possession of. Like the woman is tired and thirsty, or her child is tired and thirsty and needs the love energy. The centaur here is emaciated and looks weak, like he needs a drink, you know, like he's thirsty for the water, thirsty for the love energy. But the King of Cups here, especially if it's your energy, right? You have to choose, right, the path, right, being at the crossroads with the Magician. If you're going to be your own obstacle. Because the King of Cups could be looking at something that was said and reflecting deeply on something that was said. And look at it from a very emotionally mature perspective. Which isn't, you know, my way's right and their way's wrong. It's like, okay, but what was said and why? What was the reason? What was the intention behind it, right? Looking at it from a mature angle. Or you could be emotionally shut off and shut down. And ignoring this alchemizing energy. When everybody else wishes, you know what I mean, that someone could explain it to them like that. Again, if you're dealing with a Gemini, it's almost like trusting their methods, even if you don't necessarily understand them, and you're reflecting on how aware they are in their just being state, you know, like where maybe a Cancer is intuitive and empathic and understands other people and what's going on. Sometimes the hardest person to see is yourself. And so it's almost like this Gemini energy came in and was like filling in the gaps. This Mercurial energy. That the love is speaking louder. The love is speaking louder than the mind. There's a reason why you're not seeing results. And it's almost like you got to take the advice. Reflect on something deeply and take the advice. Especially if you watch Gemini's reading, because someone, there was someone with good intentions or someone with bad intentions, and it was about discerning. It was about discerning between someone's intentions. Did they say it to hurt you, or did they say it because they love you? If they said it to hurt you, fuck them and fuck what they said. But if they said it because they love you, if love was the intention, you might want to listen to what they said. You might want to take their advice. keep feeling like you need to reinvent your energy. Get your soul spark back, Cancer. This Knave of Wands, you got to get your soul spark back. Because otherwise, life is just drudgery. You're just going through the motions and dealing with it. You got to get back in touch with your spark. Reflect on something deeply. It doesn't have to be a huge change, you know what I mean? The Knave of Wands is smaller inspirations. It's not a fire under your ass drastic change like the Knight. It's the Knave. It's small adjustments making a big difference. Small adjustments making a big difference, or small acts making a huge difference, or a single conversation changing the course of your life. Something that seems so big in the moment, but is relatively small in the long run. This is about finding the right spark. And the Sagittarian energy is really strong. And you have to understand, Sag has South Node in there right now, and Juno is right up on it. And Juno's being aspected by Saturn. Saturn in Aquarius. You might have seriously had a Sagittarius or someone with strong Sag in their chart try to save you from yourself because their loyalty is in the right place, trying to keep you from instant karma. Because South Node is like instant karma. It's when the universe slaps you on the wrist and says, that was not the way. That was not the right choice. You didn't say the magic word. Or the magic words. Nope, nope, nope. Reflect, Cancer. Reflect. Especially if you were dealing with a Sag. Because what you need a mental break from, to be fair, is the fact that your reality is not ideal. And the fact that your reality will not become ideal unless you start growing your mind, growing mentally, and stop being so afraid of losing something or someone. Or you're going to find yourself in conflict with that very person, and the devil's going to take your wish. I shit you not. You were warned by a Sag, or guided by a Sag this month, and they said it to you with a loving intention. Oh, I would heed their fucking message. Straight up, if you're catching this reading. Real note. All right. Spirit, what does Cancer need to remember? Moving into September. humility. Remember, you have developed a loving awareness that you and everyone else are on the same but different path. See, we're all on a path to our divine destiny, our authentic path. Listen, it's almost like, let's just hypothetically say, right, this person, this temperance energy, Sag or otherwise, because like I said, they don't have to be a Sag, they could have strong Sag in their chart. But whoever this temperance energy is, let's just say they caught you along the path and they were on the side of the road and you caught them and they were like, hey, just a heads up, just a heads up. And you were like, I'm not worried about it. I'm on my path. I know which way I'm going. Da 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 da. I know what I have ahead of me and for me. But maybe that temperance has already been down that road. Maybe they've been there a lifetime before, because temperance in traditional tarot is an angel. An angel who turns lower energies like lead into gold, right? The alchemist. And it's almost like temperance said, hey, in advance, you're going to hit this crossroad. Choose the right path. Choose the right path. And maybe Cancer, you brushed it off. Maybe you did. I know what direction I'm heading. Right? Cancerian energy, the Chariot racing full steam ahead. But you'll notice in some tarot, the Chariot is stopped and it's not moving, and it's because they're at the crossroad. You see, Cancer was in denial, right, of the fact that a crossroad was coming. And Temperance tried to warn them, like, hey, you're going to be at a crossroad. Don't think this is the only path. Because this path that you're on ends, it stops and it forks off, and you're going to have to pick a path. You can't just stay streamlined on this path. It's going to fork, and you got to make a choice. Make sure, Cancer, that your spark is in it. Because to live every day without spark, without feeling blessed and witnessing the miracles of the divine, is drudgery. We starve for love. We need help. We're dependent on people that we shouldn't be dependent on. Remember, minor adjustments can make big changes. Develop the loving awareness that you and everyone else are on the same but different paths. They know that your path is different from theirs. But they also know what it's like to keep choosing a karmic path, right? That's why they're literally the angel that comes in. It's like, listen, the road ahead is long. Take some water. You'll make it. Heed the advice of whoever your temperance was. Know that they don't want to see you fail. They don't want to see you go down a karmic road. They don't want to see your children share your burdens. Your pain, right? Burdens of pain, soul burdens. They don't want to see it manifest. They don't want to see you never reap the reward of all the love you actually have. All the efforts that you've put in, they don't want it to be for nothing. All of the efforts that you've put in, they don't want it to be for nothing. If you're a Cancer rising, listen to yourself. Remember conversations you've had with yourself before. Heed your own best advice and your own warnings. Especially because if you're a Cancer rising, then Gemini energy would be your 12th house, your self-undoing. Listen to your higher self. When you're nervous, remember you're of service. I hope this has helped, Cancer. Understand your August energy. I hope that this helps bring in this Temperance energy, especially if it was on the verge of being ignored. Until next time, guys. I hope to see you rocking my merch in the near future. I hope to see you in my Twin Flames group, my Love Yourself group, in the near future for September. In the meantime, this is Divine Rebel Racey signing out. Remember, always love each other, and most importantly, love yourselves. Bye, everybody.